it looks like a party, but it's how change begins. Young people coming together to protect the places they live.
Across Africa, young people are worried about the climate, and they are turning that into action.
In Zimbabwe, that means green clubs and conservation groups are popping up everywhere.
We're not just going to sit behind closed doors in hotels or in conferences and so forth. We're going to go outside and we're going to impact everyone.
Elaine Chiroto and Hannah Mapisiri are thinking big. They are out and about in Monaville wetland, which is located in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare. The protected area is a vital part of Harare's water cycle, but pollution and development are still very real threats.
Wetlands Monaville is one of the most important wetlands in Zimbabwe, or places in Zimbabwe, because we are talking about saving lives here. We're talking about protecting the species that are here, because in this world not only humans inhabit it, we have other species that really need a place to live.
Hannah Mapisiri has joined a group of local residents for a cleanup in the Monaville wetland. She is involved with Climate Control Zimbabwe, one of the country's main environmental networks for young people. For Hannah, what counts is that people have fun taking collective action.
At a social level, it's very important because the young and the old get time to actually sit down and engage and network and also have different aspects and opinions and perspectives when it comes to environmental issues.
The result of today's work, 12 bagfuls of trash have been removed from this fragile ecosystem. Cleanup done. It's time to celebrate. Welcome to the quietest party in town. Rather than listening to music via speakers, people tune in via wireless headphones. It's called silent disco. Hannah also enjoys dancing without disturbing nearby wildlife or people. The event is part of a bigger initiative to protect Monaville wetland.
We can even hear the insects chirping, the birds chirping as the sun goes down. But there's a party happening inside these headphones, and you know that's just that's the joy of being able to have fun, but in a way that really respects the environment, respects the residents of people who are close by, and you know, we can really come together and have a good time.
And one of our rules as we are creating climate control was that we're going to make it a fun thing. We're going to make it cool. We're going to make it swaggy. We want people to really encompass it inside them. We want people to really take it and embrace it.
Just 10 kilometers to the east lie Mukuvisi woodlands. The trees here rely on water from the wetlands. But these people have come to wonder at something equally important: a mushroom. Fungi are not plants. They belong to their own distinct biological kingdom. Unlike plants that make energy via photosynthesis, fungi feed on organic matter like dead leaves and wood. They also provide trees with nutrients via vast underground networks.
The small organisms play a very pivotal role in terms of the balance of the ecosystem within the wetlands. So I also feel like it's also one of the beautification and one of the wonders of nature. And also the passing of the nutrients from the trees to the flowers and other smaller plants. So for example, the wild mushrooms as well.
The fungi here even work hand in hand with termites.
Lots of buds here, for more.
Yes.
Those termites will grow their own particular mushroom. And then in the right time of the year, that fungus has a chance to come to the surface. So it's spreading its spores. Other animals eat termite fungi, so it's providing food for other creatures.
In nature, everything is interconnected, and that's the principle that Elaine Chiroto is following at this event in Harare. At the Love for Nature Festival, she has brought together a network of people who want to protect the world around them. About 100 people have come. Not huge, but a good start. The mixture of art, debate and music is going down well. If you take a look at most youths, they connect with drawings, paintings, music and poems. So this helps in the sense that if you are teaching them about climate change, it will not seem like a boring exercise. It will be really engaging as it is something they are used to on a daily basis. Environmental awareness is growing in Zimbabwe according to Elaine, but changing people's traditional habits is more difficult.
How we lived, how we interacted with the environment.
How many people are using gas? To be honest, people are using firewood. And some people, even if they have electricity, they don't want to use electricity because they feel like it's expensive. So they use firewood, they use charcoal.
Then for a moment, people let the music carry them away and connect them. With fun events like these, Elaine Chiroto aims to get more people involved in environmental protection. After completing the filming process for the bulletin, I was dying for a simple bottle of water. But Elaine and her colleagues at Climate Control Zimbabwe instead gave me a whole library of environmental literature. What was I supposed to do with such? Upon reflection, I realized that the lesson that they were putting across was that environmental education goes on way beyond the games, way beyond the music, way beyond the fun.
As much as you care for the environment, you still have to get from A to B somehow. In Lagos, just like many other cities, we waste hours in traffic jams every day, not to mention the poisonous air. But these waters behind me could become a game changer.
These Lagos commuters are making the switch. They are crossing the city's lagoon aboard its first electric ferry.
Water transportation for me is one that is easy, so I don't have to spend so much time in traffic.
The electric Omi bus runs on 2 battery packs with 125 kilowatt hours of capacity each. The ferry's dockside charging stations also use solar panels. For commuters, the boat offers a way out of the infamous hold-ups, as Lagosians call the jams that can add hours to their commutes. For this passenger, the time savings are a game changer.
If you are passing from Ikorodu now to Lagos Island, it's very about 2 hours. On the ferry, under 30 minutes, you are already in Lagos.
Nigerian company Cavitin Offshore Group and Explomer of China are behind the project.
Whilst electric ferries were seen to be the new fad and all of that, it was actually a lot cheaper to operate. Now, that's not to say that they're not more expensive in terms of upfront capital costs, but we felt it was a risk to take.
Nigeria's Omi Eco Electric Ferry project is a 410 million euro investment supported by the French Agency for Development, the European Investment Bank, and the EU. The project envisions up to 70 hybrid ferries and 25 modern terminals. Damilola Emmanuel sits at the helm of the Lagos State Waterways Authority.
We're going to be ensuring that 15 of our major routes on the waterways are also fully dredged and channelized, where we're going to channelize actually 140 kilometer of the entire inland water, which is about 70% of the entire inland waterways in Lagos State.
Channelizing and deepening waterways can disrupt ecosystems and negatively affect fishers and their livelihoods. The hope is that e-ferries will lessen transport's overall environmental impact. Until now, Lagos ferries have mostly been run informally using small boats powered by loud, polluting combustion engines. E-ferries promise a cleaner, quieter, and safer alternative. As Lagos struggles to fix its growing transport crisis, part of the solution might already be waiting, not on the road, but on the water.
Busy cities. By 2050, Africa's urban population is projected to double to 1.4 billion. Now, the amount of space cities take up is expected to grow even faster. So how can we make sure that they don't become concrete wastelands? Has Berlin in Germany maybe got some takeaways for our cities?
Berlin, like any big city, has its share of problems. 6 years ago, a major project involving citizen initiatives was launched. The goal? Make the German capital greener, cleaner and more sustainable. Has it been a success? In 2020, some 2,000 volunteers took to the streets to water trees. This was organised by a neighbourhood plant watering platform called Gieß den Kiez, meaning water the neighbourhood. Over the past 5 years, Gieß den Kiez has done a lot. Over 2 million litres of water have been used. Berlin has a very active community with over 11,000 neighbourhood waterers. There are nearly 440,000 trees on Berlin's streets. Word of the successful neighbourhood platform is spreading. It started with Leipzig adopting the initiative, then Magdeburg made one as well. Now it's in Potsdam too, and it's even gone international. In Barcelona and Paris too, volunteers are now watering city trees. The latest project, the TreeBot, a tree that can answer visitors' questions thanks to artificial intelligence.
I was wondering, is there anything I could do to make you feel even better?
Ah, how kind of you. Simply appreciating and nurturing nature around you is wonderful. Planting more trees or reducing waste in your daily life helps me thrive too. Profitez de votre temps près des arbres. Ils ont tant à offrir, surtout en cette belle journée.
The TreeBot can be placed anywhere. It speaks many languages. That's the beauty of it. We're using AI for a good cause, in inverted commas. It's self-powered, so we can hang it on any tree. It could be here in Berlin, it could be in Boston. We've even taken the tree to Paris. CityLab is a public innovation laboratory working on digital solutions for Berlin. Like the climate dashboard, where data is compiled for everyone to access online. Now we have 16.5 days a year over 30 degrees. In the 1950s, there were only 5.5 days. What will the future look like? We have a strong foundation in Berlin for using these kinds of digital tools because we have a lot of open data and a wide range of publicly accessible maps. These show potential heat and stress zones and areas with lots of concrete and asphalt. In 2020, the Fix My Berlin app mapped out the city's bike lanes. Residents could submit requests for where they wanted bike lanes or spots to park their bikes. Many of these citizen-led initiatives have made progress, like in the Kreuzberg district with so-called Kiez blocks. 35 of these Kiez blocks were approved in Berlin, thanks in part to the political support of the organisation Changing Cities. The idea comes from Barcelona, where they're called superblocks. The concept is taking a residential neighbourhood with a lot of traffic and very little green space, which is what you want to change, to filter out the traffic and make it greener. The goal is to discourage cars by forcing them to navigate a one-way system. The Kiez blocks encourage people to switch to other transport. People aren't stupid. If it's easier to walk or bike, then they do. In the long run, it shifts transport patterns. Simon Ver's NGO helped plan the project, which was quickly accepted in the Kiez neighbourhood.
In Germany, there are about 650 cars for every 1,000 citizens, and in Berlin, it's 350 cars for every 1,000 residents. But here, we're only about 170. So naturally, people here are more likely to want to use their street space for something other than parked cars.
It's not just traffic that's diverted. Nearly 80 parking spaces have been converted into flower beds and seating areas. In other parts of Berlin, the so-called traffic transition has failed. like on Friedrichstrasse, one of Berlin's major thoroughfares. Closed to cars and open to bicycles by the previous council, heavy traffic is now rolling through again. Another example, the Radbahn. Like an autobahn, it was supposed to be a bicycle highway, 9 kilometres long, running beneath a subway line. But only 200 metres were approved. The rest remains a vision.
The advantage is that you're in the middle of the road but protected from traffic. There are no cars crossing your path, so it's like a tram track, running down the middle, which we often have in Berlin.
The issue of water has only come into focus in Berlin in recent years, with hot summers increasing concern. Water is one of the city's most vital resources. City Lab developed the digital platform Smart Water for urban planners to make Berlin more resourceful and resilient. Smart Water's goal is essentially to design and adapt infrastructure measures. For example, by installing green roofs and facades, creating green spaces through the installation of drains, tree pits, or simply planting new trees, in such a way that the city becomes more livable, less hot, and less prone to flooding. Berlin's controversial transport plan means there are new bike lanes, yet the city maintains a car-centric stance that leaves little room for cyclists and pedestrians.
That's the big problem with Berlin. There isn't really a grand vision. It keeps changing. Other cities like Paris and Barcelona are ahead of us, because even in the city legislation, there's a goal that's been agreed upon and that they're moving towards.
But there's hope. Green spaces have increased, thanks to citizen initiatives and a grassroots movement that's making life more sustainable. I would say it's thanks to Kiez that Berlin has started a small movement. It got off the ground here, and now everyone knows that a green city is a livable city. So public awareness has steadily grown.
Do you like dates? I find them so delicious, sweet and tasty. Believe it or not, they are the oldest cultivated fruits. Most are grown in Egypt, but with them come millions of tons of palm waste each year, and this has inspired some very creative solutions.
Time seems to stand still here in this palm grove in Darshur, 40 kilometers south of Cairo. Dates are being harvested from the tall trees using ancient, simple methods, and nothing is left out. Every part has its use, like a human. It's generous and it's useful. Born and raised here, Khaled El Kazaz has always felt a deep connection to this land. Today, he shares that connection with visitors from around the world on his eco-friendly farm. A village like ours used to have more than 10 workshops working with palm fronds. Now you'd be lucky to find even one or two. Plastic took over and traditional crafts are disappearing. Egypt is one of the world's largest producers of dates, and with every harvest comes millions of tons of palm waste. For centuries, farmers have used every part of the palm, but these traditions have faded over time. Nowadays, the leftovers are mostly burned or thrown away. But Khalid is reviving the old knowledge, proving that sustainability isn't new. Every branch, every leaf has its place in a cycle where nothing is wasted. We make recycling bins from palm frond waste, along with pallets, tables, and foldable chairs, inspired by Tutankhamun's design. All eco-friendly products, all made from the palm tree. But this circular model, using all parts of the plant, remains rare. For most Egyptian date farmers, reusing palm waste is too costly or labor-intensive. Yet, just a few kilometers away, another approach is taking shape. In a small workshop south of Cairo, a sustainable design studio is reimagining palm waste, turning it into contemporary furniture and design objects. It all began as an experiment to create art and functional objects from a sustainable material. I chose palm fronds, and it worked. Now we make furniture, cladding, and flooring, and our new collection is 100% palm frond based. Palm fronds are tough and unpredictable, and a challenge for the craftsfolk who work with them. But the team here transforms them into traditional yet modern designs, proving that what some consider waste can become art and more. Working palm fronds on machines is tough. They wear out the tools quickly, but the finish is better than wood. When we saw the final results, I really fell in love with the work. The workshop does good business and shows what's possible. Still, it remains a small-scale operation. Considering the huge amount of palm waste generated in Egypt and elsewhere, it cannot address the greater need.
The furniture will stay that it's a design studio, so it works with architects, with projects, and it's not meant for mass production.
Here, however, on Cairo's eastern edge, scientists at a research and development company are thinking bigger by studying palm fibers at the molecular level. Their research aims to transform palm waste into biodegradable material and fibers that can be used for products like sustainable packaging or insulation.
The handcraft sector, it's not intended to be scalable. If we're looking at what are the possible industrial raw materials that can be developed from the palm waste, this is where scalability is necessary.
Mohammad Midani says he wants to expand solutions that can process and reuse millions of tons of palm waste produced every year in Northern Africa and many Arab countries.
We have two main technology platforms. One platform is called Palm Fill, which is a technology to transform the palm residues into textile fibers and reinforcements. And we have another technology platform, which is a technology that transforms the date palm residues into soilless growing media and sorbent.
From the date farms of Dahshur to Cairo's workshops and laboratories, Egypt's palm waste story is one of rediscovery, where tradition, creativity, and science meet. It's a story of people determined to make every leaf count again, because sometimes the answers to our future lie in the roots of our past.
What happens to school children's homework at the end of the year? In Benin, English teacher Eric Haman Ahanhanzo is giving newspaper a second life. I'm an eco-friendly craftsman. I focus mainly on recycling paper waste. He collects used papers and cardboards from schools and printing centers in the southern city of Cotonou, including this school run by Guillermo Boko. Here at my school, we can produce up to, say, 1 to 2 tons a year. He comes to pick it up. He was able to recycle the waste right in front of me once, and that's what motivated me to help him out. The school is right next to his home and studio. Eric Haman always manages to find materials that are unique for his crafts. He cuts and rolls paper into tubes. They are assembled into home decor and jewelry. The pieces are then left in the sun to dry naturally. Waste management remains a major urban challenge in West Africa. Schools, offices and printing centers generate large amounts of paper, most of it dumped in landfills or burnt, polluting nearby communities. Now, you don't see people smoking on the trash piles anymore, and you don't see paper just lying around everywhere. So that's actually part of what motivated us. Trained in decorative arts and origami, Eric Haman Ahanhanzo is teaching others that waste can become anything you want. I plan to use them. I plan to use this paper. I plan to use these objects in decoration at events like weddings, birthdays, and others. From homework to home decor, Eric Hammond proves that recycling isn't just about reducing waste. It is about reshaping how we value what we throw away.
Well, and that's a wrap here on Echo Africa. Now it's your turn. We really want to know what environmental issues are on your mind and what matters to you.
Tell us and sign up for our new Echo Drop newsletter packed with fresh videos, articles, and podcasts.